guys. So Tyler, both of us got our hands on PGA Tour 2K21, which just came
Yeah,
out on Friday night. We played a little bit online. You want to give us your impressions here? Because
I
you're
do.
the
First of all,
big
let me say
golfer.
I very much enjoyed the NBA lottery.
Yeah, that's true. They did. The
Yeah.
Timberwolves did get the number one pick, and they're going to
We
use it on
won
Lamelo
something. We won something.
until you guys
So
draft Lamelo.
sure. And really we draft LeVar.
Wow, he's just a bonus add-in.
Yeah, he's such a bonus. I can't wait. So anyway, yeah, PGA 2K21. For those of you who've listened to the show for a long time, you know that I absolutely love golf video games, and it's one of the genres where I'm actually really good at it. Um, I've been ranked pretty highly in the Tiger Woods games. In fact, in Tiger Woods 14, in Alt Shot, I was ranked number one for a while on Xbox, and so I really enjoy them. They're a lot of fun, and this game, Steven, is fun. I wasn't sure I was going to think that early. There is a much higher barrier to success in PGA 2K than I thought there would be, and certainly a much higher one than there ever was in the Tiger Woods games.
Yeah, it's at
Um,
least online with that
yeah,
settings. Yeah, for sure.
yeah. Now, if you dial the difficulty way down, you just want to go play like a career, you can do that and have a great time and shoot 18 under, and just dominate and whatever, right? You can do that. Cool. If you want to play online, you want to be competitive, man, it's a challenge and it is unforgiving. So, but I have found that it almost makes it more fun because it's so much more rewarding when you do something well. It's like when you get a great approach shot that comes within like 5 feet of the cup. That's really cool, and it's fun, and it feels rewarding versus just expecting to do it all the time. Um, on the flip side, it's man, I've played some matches against people that just cannot get it figured out, so to speak.
Yeah.
And like every tee shot is just like wee is off into like the wilderness or in the water. It's bouncing off a house that doesn't have a driveway, and all sorts of just weird stuff happening. Um, so there is some of that. I like the game overall, Steven. I think some of the details, um, maybe could have been handled with a little bit more care. I do think the tempo is really inconsistent. It's hard to identify what's a fast swing, what's a slow swing, and why it's fast or slow. So I'll get on a run where I'm just like hitting perfect swing after perfect swing, and then all of a sudden, like 2 holes later, I'm hitting everything super really fast, very fast.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 holes after that, I'm slow.
With no noticeable difference for sure.
No, it doesn't feel that different.
I had that issue too. It's funny because like I turned it down from pro to pro am when I first got the game, and that's just one difficulty below. There's like 5 difficulty swings, like up all the way up to like legend or whatever. So I had it down to pro am, and I'm like I hit a 17 under par. And so it's definitely playable as like an kind of arcadey version if you just mess with the settings a little bit. But then you go online and it turns up to pro, and there is a huge difference between the two. But I do agree with you. It
Yeah.
does feel really good when you hit that perfect shot and you're like 2
Mhm.
feet in from the cup, or you almost eagle, or hole in
Mhm.
one or whatever. So it is rewarding, but it is frustrating at times. But Tyler, you did make me not change the topic, but when you were
Yeah.
mentioning like the difficulty feels good, I just could think maybe you should play some Dark Souls, and deal with
No,
that.
no, I'm not. It doesn't feel that good. But what I'll say though, like we played teams, right?
Yeah,
Went 3-0, and we'll continue to play. We're gonna climb the leaderboards
yeah, hopefully.
and stream it a bunch and all that good stuff. But it's fun, like when we're counting on each other to make good plays, right? Make good shots, and you do that, and then you see the other people like either make a great shot and you kind of tip your hat to them, or you're like, you watch them just completely melt down,
I mean, that
which
happened
is
to me.
also sort of fun.
That happened to me the very first like putt I
Mhm.
took under pressure. Like I was like
Yeah.
shaking like a leaf, and my thumb just did not want to go straight. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I never get like this, but I guess I do. I mean, only in sports
Mhm.
games, like because all
Yeah.
eyes are on you. You're by yourself, and no
Yep.
one else around. It's like different than when you're playing Madden. The closest thing maybe is baseball because you're kind of up
Yeah.
there, but
And it is in baseball. It's weird too because like when you're hitting in MLB the Show, um, it's like if you swing at something that's way outside the zone, like there's no one to blame. There's nothing to blame. You can't be like stupid game.
yeah,
You swung at an awful pitch.
yeah,
And that's just what it is. And it's the same thing with golf. And that's why I love playing the golf games online. Is like there's no like glitches. There's no, you know,
rolling
like
out
in
of the
Madden,
pocket.
there's no Madden rolling out to the sideline and
Yeah,
then chucking it down to the guy that's wide open. You know, it's you're good or you're not. And you can either rebound. And the golf games are, especially this one. Winning is not about being perfect. It's about being able to come back quickly from the really awful hole or shot or whatever.
yeah. You have to forget about
And
the
yeah,
bad, and then just move on. And you do that, you'll be
mhm,
successful. You can play this if you're not great at golf games. There's a
yeah,
lot of like it does an okay job at teaching you new concepts like having to
mhm,
worry about ball lie and angles and wind and elevation, but you can play it arcadey just if you turn the
yeah,
difficult down, but if you want to you put that on pro, you're playing like the pros don't shoot 8 under
yeah,
in rounds regularly, right? They're
yeah. So a winning score is usually about 3 under par.
yeah,
You know,
so
which is fair and that's realistic, and but it makes getting a birdie feel like an accomplishment.
yep,
Which is kind of cool. And I guess the one negative I'd say, Steven, on the game before we move on is just that, it's the golf itself. Like the courses look great. The golf itself is very detailed. Like you have to take everything into account when you're taking a shot, um, including the lie, the slope, the,
for sure.
you know, wind and elevation and everything, right? Um, I think though, like with sports games, people want a little bit of that extra stuff, like with the my player modes and the career modes and whatever. That little bit of outside stuff that gets you immersed into being a pro. That doesn't none of that really exists here, other than just getting new equipment. It's
Yeah.
a pretty bare bones game, but what they do pretty well.
Yeah, if you're just
And
wanting to play around, like you can do it. If you don't want to worry about lie and wind, you can have it set to where it automatically factors into your aim thing. So, when you aim, it's going to go where it's aimed. Those are in like custom settings, or if you put it on the easier difficulty. So it is playable for everyone, especially if you're looking for a golf game.
yeah,
It's just
and you're right.
so yeah. If you want to play it online and competitively, and some people need that to get the juice out. I mean, if you're
Mhm.
not good at golf and you're not willing to play through the simulation side of things, like maybe it's
Mhm.
not for you. But if you don't really care about that, or you do want to learn, then I'd say it's worth checking out.
The advice I'll give is this: if you're gonna play online, play pro from the beginning. Take your lumps. It's gonna hurt. You're gonna be like, God, I suck at this.
Yep.
I don't want to do it because I'm telling you, I'm not kidding. I shot like 18 over in the first round I played,
Yeah.
trying to get trying to get the hang of it. By the next morning, I was playing much better. So it takes some time. It's just getting used to it. I would recommend starting in the career and just playing. And when you feel like you're starting to get the tempo down a little bit and starting to get a handle on what you're doing, jump in online. Don't feel like you have to be amazing to play online.
That's true. Everyone is struggling
Yeah.
just like you. So
Yeah.
there you go.
So yeah, it's fun though. Like it's, I know we have a review coming that we'll have posted. So we won't like give it a score right now. We'll wait to get that. But it's, it's a fun game. And if you're looking for a sports game, in particular golf, if you like golf video games, this is it. as far as a sim type game goes. So, but it's worth the money. I think it's worth, especially if you're gonna really either get involved in career or online or both, then go for it.